Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
For transparency and given recent threats, we decide to release this call for any party to review. That is what the description says on the channel of Some Ordinary Gamers, otherwise known as Muta. And we've been talking about on this channel in detail the whole Jirard The Completionist charity fraud situation brought to light by Muta and Karl Jobst. Now, I'm about 10 minutes throughout part one of this call. I don't know how many parts there are here, maybe 4 parts. It is about 50 minutes long, so maybe 5 parts. And I took some notes. We will be covering part 1. This is the kind of thing I'm not just going to blow by and get my quick thoughts on. I'm going to do a little bit of detailed thoughts here as why I took notes. Now, there's not going to be any audio in the background. I did that before, but I will leave a link either at the end of this or in the description down below to where you can check out this entire call. Like I said, I'm going to go over just the first 10 minutes. First off, most important thing here that I caught from it was the fact that they asked Gerard when he found out that the money had not left the account. He claims 2021, and to that he said, "That's not fucking cool." And then he says he got personally involved to try to move that money. Now, they ask, did anyone say the money was going out to these charities? Was he misled? Gerard says he was not being misled, and he just assumed it was going to charity. He just assumed it was going to charity. But he also says everything's above board. He talked about how he's checked everything right, but he just assumed it was going out to charity. And then they said, speaking of the Alzheimer's Association, they made a claim. He claimed that they claimed that if you're not going to make a bigger donation of more than 6 figures or more, then you're going to waste it. Sorry, I'm a little bit flustered here. My notes got mixed up here. So this is why I usually don't take notes. I just kind of go from, I shoot by the hip. But here I took notes because I wanted to be a little thorough here. Now, I was thinking about this, and I'm going to call bullshit on that because I just went to the Alzheimer's Association website, and they take donations of as little as $35. Now, you might say $35 might not make that much of a difference, but if enough people donate $35, then that adds up. You might even say if all those people that donated the money to Gerard went to the Alzheimer's Association website and took their money that they paid him and went there and donated, that would be a much better outcome. And that money would be worth exactly what it's worth. It wouldn't degrade over time. Meaning all that money that he donated really not worth what it would have been worth a decade ago. But moving on here. What happens is Muta says that the biggest problem, the reason why everyone's angry at Gerard over this is the money that they donated. And he gave examples here. If someone donates money that they think is going to a charity, then they assume it's going to go to that charity briefly. And he tries to explain the problem to Gerard with this. And again, Gerard said to 2021 when he found out, that's not fucking cool. And then he goes into stuff talking about his mom. And there's a snap. There's a distinct change. I noticed it. I don't know if many of you can notice it. There's a distinct change where he kind of goes into actor mode and he starts, getting sad. And a lot of that sounded like a desperate man, but I think some of that also might have been him just doing his acting chops. doing the sympathy stuff, which he did so well in several of his uploads on YouTube. He actually claimed that the most important thing was not to dishonor his mother. Not to dishonor her. No, I think he should have said the most important thing was getting this money that was donated to him out to the charities. So that tells you right there, the most important thing, he says it, which is, believe me, that's actually not the most important thing. It's to save his own hide and to save his own self-image. The most important thing was for him to take his mother and use her as a shield. Right? That's fucked up, man. That is fucked up. The most important thing not being, and you're having this interview with them. You know this is going to get out. Or, if you're not stupid, you know what they're going to do is they're going to take this audio and they're eventually going to release it to the world. That's a perfect moment for Gerard to say, you know what? The most important thing here is for me to make this right. And you guys get with me, hell, you find a charity. We're all about trying to get this out there. Because obviously he couldn't do it for 2 years when he said, let's go back to my notes. He said he assumed it was going to charity and he's going to make it right. He's going to make it right. He's going to do it. Well, he had 2 years before this was exposed. So if he found out in 2021 and then he said he's going to make it right, was he just sitting on the couch fucking eating donuts? Scratching his head? Geez, how do we donate this money? Yes. No. He had no intentions of donating that money, is what it was. Let's see here. He also said, which is another contradiction. You remember when I told you he said in the same, this is a clip, by the way, what I spoke on earlier was a clip from this call. It was 1:44 from this particular part that I'm talking about. He said he just wanted to get out of content creation, but then he tells them he just wants to create content. So which one is it, Gerard? You want to get off YouTube? You want to stop the content creation? You want to move on to other stuff? Or you just want to be passionate and have that passion and create content? The problem is he doesn't even know. He's making up so many lies, he doesn't know which one to go with. Oh, and he wants to do good in the world. Bunch of fucking horse shit that was. Because if he wanted to do good in the world again, what he would do is, supposedly found out that the money was still there in 2021. Okay, let's go with that. Wouldn't he try to do good in the world by getting that money donated to charity? Not even just not Alzheimer's, but any charity. I think at this point, anybody would have been happy that donated to him if their money went to any good charity, not just rotting in his fucking account. Okay, 2023 said working with... Oh, yeah. He claimed that he was working with these agencies. He was working, these benefactors, right? On his streams, on Indie Land. This is the biggest lie that they caught him in. This is the lie. And I'll leave it right here. This is the big lie. You all know. You all know by now, if you've been following this. He was lying in 2023 when he said this money was going out to these benefactors. But that's contradictory to 2021. Because in 2021, he claimed that he found out. Now, what makes him a gigantic fucking piece of shit, like I've been calling him for years, is the fact that if we're to believe that in 2021, he finds out that the money's not going anywhere, then why the fuck in 2023 would he be lying to everybody saying that the money was going everywhere? I just recently talked about the defenders of Gerard, one of them being Hamster Man. Hamster Man! You know, the ex-Hamster Man Space Hamster. And the weird thing about his defenders is they're not bringing this up. They should bring this up, how, okay, 2023, he fucking lied. So, I think anything anyone says about Gerard from here on out, even his defenders, have to peg him as a liar, which he is. My friend Gerard, they have to say, my friend liar Gerard. So that should be in front of his name. Whenever anyone talks about Gerard right now, you have to put liar in front of that. And you can add lying piece of shit if you want to. But the bare minimum from part 1 of this call, he's exposed as being, at the bare fucking minimum, a liar.